Pittsburgh Steelers head coach Mike Tomlin keeps on defending and lying to us about offensive coordinator Matt Canada's play calling. Before we get more into this video, subscribe to the channel down below if you like Steelers content, analysis, and reports. Like the video down below as well. Turn on post notifications so you don't miss the next Steelers video. And let's get back to it. So, after the game against the Cincinnati Bengals this past weekend, Bengals linebacker Jermaine Pratt said that the Steelers' offense is so repetitive and that they knew what offensive schemes they're coming out in. The exact quote is, "They like to do the same plays over and over." So, this is a Bengals linebacker saying this about the Steelers' offense. And just to put it into some perspective, that same linebacker, Jermaine Pratt, actually played on a Matt Canada coach team at NC State from 2014 to 2015. So, after the game, Mike Tomlin on Tuesday was asked about those comments, and he had this to say. "That's what they say when they're having success, and don't say when they're not." So, he always seems to be backing up Matt Canada, and I get it, but then I also don't get it. Because don't you want something to change? And it seems like nothing's ever changing with offense. He always says that there's going to be adjustments, but there's never adjustments made. He also had this to say about it. "When I look at the tape, there was some repeat concepts, but Cincinnati was in some repeat concepts as well. That's football. When it's good on good, particularly in the later part of the season, there are very little secrets. I don't know if we're all surprised by anything they did offensively." So, with him saying this, it's basically saying, okay, I know that we're in the same concepts over and over again, and that we've been running these same plays over and over again every game, and they're not working, but we're just going to keep on doing it until one day it just starts working. That's not how it goes. You need to be creative. You look at the best offensive play callers in the league, like Kyle Shanahan, Matt LaFleur, even though they're struggling this season, you look at these offensive gurus, and they're creative. They have new different schemes, like Andy Reid. It seems like they always come up with different plays that work every week. But Matt Canada is stuck in the same plays. For instance, me watching the game, I could just tell what play they're going to run. Like, for example, if I look at Deontay Johnson's route, if I'm a cornerback, I will realize that Deontay Johnson only runs 5-yard hitch routes. He runs 10-yard out routes or a go route. Those are the only 3 routes that Deontay Johnson runs all game. So why be worried about anything else? For instance, George Pickens, at the very beginning of the season, he was leading the league with over 50% of his routes being go routes. So if you're an offensive play caller or a defensive play caller, you'll be noticing these things, and for these guys to be studying tape professionally, they'll realize these things more than I'm realizing it. And if I can realize it watching TV, I'm sure they could realize it being studying this thing over and over and realize what defensive schemes they need to play, and they won't play 2-man high because they know that you're not running anything deep and you're only running stuff to the sticks or below the sticks. And also, Matt Canada, he likes to run these same plays in the same formation, like these little fake run pass to the tight end. And they haven't worked all season, but he continues to run at least one per game, and it hasn't worked since last season. But he keeps on running it. And if I can remember correctly, last season as well, the same thing was said about our offense. The same thing was said by a Ravens player, I'm pretty sure, that we had a predictable offense. And it seems like nothing changes. We always run the same thing over and over again, and we're just hoping that one day it just breaks through and it works. And Mike Tomlin has nothing to say about it. He just keeps on saying and defending Matt Canada and saying other teams are doing the same thing. Well, if other teams are doing the same thing, why can't your defense stop it? Obviously they're not. Obviously they're doing something creative to be able to get their guys wide open down the field. Because if you knew their offense, you'd be able to not have a wide open guy, no one in sight for 10 yards. You'd be able to play coverage to guard it because you know what's happening. But obviously, he has to say something to defend his team. So I get that in a sense, but also it's kind of sick and tired of hearing him defend an offensive coordinator that's not creative at all and is just out there making plays not happen. You could say that Matt Canada cost us the second half of the Bengals game. Even though the first half was alright, The second half was terrible. And I think that Matt Canada is holding back this team and Kenny Pickett's developments. So, let me know down in the comments below, how do you feel about this? Do you feel as though Mike Tomlin just keeps on defending and lying to us about Matt Canada, saying that changes are going to be made, but nothing's ever made? Let me know down in the comments below, how do you feel about the situation? Don't forget to subscribe to the channel down below as well. If you like Steelers content and analysis reports, like the video, turn on post notifications, and I'm out. I'll see you guys later. Peace.